while we're still breathing, Javi.
I'm letting the bones speak to me.
Oh my God.
Oh, I think I can hear them. They're saying, "You're gonna lose, come mierda, so play already."
I must have inherited patience from Ma.
Oh, come on, man.
Calm down, David. No one is ever in a rush to lose. If he plays his last bone... You're out of the will, Javier.
Kicked out of baseball. Can't play dominoes. What exactly are you good at again, Javi?
At least I can actually play baseball. Slugger.
That's enough, both of you. It's not Javi's fault he's a disgrace to the game of dominoes.
I won. That's $10 you owe me. Both of you. I know you're broke, Javi. You should sit out the next game, since we all know I'm gonna win. No shame in surrender. We'd all understand.
Now, don't break your hand patting yourself on the back. I'll beat you next time.
Should you even be betting on these games? Isn't that what got you in trouble to begin with? Do we need to have an intervention?
Now keep on talking, David. See what happens.
Hey, this is dominoes. Winning means you get to be a little bit of a pendejo.
Pay up, little brother. If you can.
I'll cover for Javier.
Oh, is it your turn to do that now? I lost track. Poor, helpless Javi.
Get my wallet, mijo.
Keep an eye on him. You don't want him snatching an extra 20 for gas money.
It's on the counter.
Yeah, sure, Pa.
This kind of stuff makes me hate David.
Pa? What's this? Hey, man, I was reading that. What? What's up?
What the fuck is this?
None of your business.
He has cancer.
What? Pa, really?
I'm old. Old people get cancer. You didn't need to know.
That's not for you to decide! Oh my God!
Jesus, Pa. I'm so sorry.
Be sorry for your domino skills.
How bad?
It's okay, mijo. Ask me.
How bad is it?
You won't have to worry about paying me back that $10.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Pa.
Hey, settle, David. Now.
What a sense
You
of humor
haven't
to
told
have.
Mama.
And neither will either of you. You hear me? Mouth shut.
That's not okay, Pa. You have to tell her.
When the time is right, I will.
That's not good enough.
It's good enough for me.
You're gonna need her help with this, Pa. Driving you to the doctor, getting prescriptions.
Wait, what are your options? Treatment, stuff like that.
Chemo, radiation, all that expensive mierda.
Great. When do you start?
I turned it down.
Turned it down? You don't get to turn it down.
So much money, and for what? Another month. Another game of dominoes to lose? It's not worth it.
If I was still playing ball, I could have paid for it.
I'll pay for it.
It's not happening.
What the hell? Did you see his dad in the back?
Save your money.
Fuck the money. I can afford it.
You can afford it, David. But my pride can't. Let's play another game.
You are a fucking coward. A selfish coward. Javi, can you believe this shit?
David, I get it, man. It's not fair, but come on, take it easy.
Sit down. Both of you.
Those say IKEA soda.
You know, I pray for daughters. Every night your mother was pregnant with both of you. Please, God, a daughter. Anything but a son. Anything but another me. Anything but another hot-headed idiot with his heart in the right place. Anything but another foolhardy, handsome gambler. Anything at all.
Please, Papa. Don't give up. Fight. Fight for our name, for our blood, for our family. Please, fight.
You have to fight, Pa. We don't just give up. Any of us.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I'll think about it.
Oh, thank you, Pa. Thank you, Javi.
Now can we play another game?
I'll grab some more beers.
So, what are you really gonna do?
Truth be told, whatever gets your mother off my ass. You think you two were mad at me for keeping secrets? But it's good to see you and David on the same side of things, for a change. I'm gonna be a name carved in stone before you know it, Javier. That'll be me. Letters on a rock that nobody wants to visit. I know you think you're strong enough to handle that alone. And so does your brother. And you're both wrong. You have to take care of each other. You two are all I'll leave behind. Like Gabe and Mariana will be for David. Legacy, Javier. It's all anyone leaves behind. That and their bones. Be brothers. Before it's too late. That's not too much to ask. One last favor for your old man.
Okay, Pa. I'll try.
As hard as you can.
As hard as I can.
I still need to pay David.
Pa.
Oye, if you had just won the game, we wouldn't have had this problem.
So you're blaming me for all this?
I'm depending on you, mijo. We both are.
I hope Kate's like not dead, but her car, the truck blew up.
Kate!
Kate!
Don't you have bigger concerns than me right now? That's hot.
Kate! Kate!
Did she get ejected like Kenny?
Gabe! Kate! Gabe! David!
Over here!
Where's Kate? She's not here. She must have gotten out.
If something's happened to her, if you've gotten her... You better hope she's alive.
Shut up for once and help me find her.
What do you think I'm doing?
Kate!
Kate! Kate!
David, wait!
That wasn't her. Is that her?
I found you!
Kate, I'm so glad
Javi,
you're...
thank God you're all right. I'm just glad you're still in one piece. Thanks for making it back to me.
You're alive. I thought I lost you back there.
Same.
What the hell's the matter with you two? Focus on your surroundings.
That seemed a little bit more than focus.
There's
Oh
Gabe
god.
and Clem!
Lead the way, Javi. Get the knee, like this.
Just like Jane taught her.
Nice.
I got a great teacher.
You guys alright?
She's not impressed.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Look at them.
I had a great
There's so
teacher.
many.
We'll be safer inside. Get in!
Okay, buddy. Clem is a great teacher, but where's Trip? Did he leave us again? Was Trip? Because he said he was gonna cover us. So I hope Trip's cool, chilling.
That should hold them for now.
You put up a good fight out there.
I don't care what you think.
Gabriel, do not take that tone with me.
You murdered that man after they let you go. You're a killer, just like they said.
You did that?
You don't understand. It was them or us. I had to do it.
I disagree.
They would never let us go. They still would have killed us, sooner or later.
You screwed up, David. You were completely out of control. Now everyone in town's gonna think you've lost your mind.
His brains splattered all over me.
You are my son. I am doing what any parent would do to keep you safe. You do not get to judge my actions. Do you hear me? Hey, you do not walk away from me. When someone speaks to you, you stand up and answer them, even if you don't want to.
David, that's enough. He's not a little boy. He doesn't need that from you.
What he needs is to learn to keep his opinions to himself until he understands what the hell he's talking about. I'm trying to protect you, Gabe. I lost you once. I won't let it happen again. Okay?
We made it through alive. Let's just be glad about that.
We need to check the other entrances. Make sure we're safe. Gabe, want to help me out?
Javi?
Gabriel.
Just be careful, buddy. A lot of muertos out there.
Gabe and I will watch each other's backs.
I'll help too.
Okay.
Hey, Clem's with them. It's fine.
It's not that. It's... Let's just... I'm all over the place. I need to focus on something. Anything. Just need to focus. On whatever.
Let's see if there are any other survivors. It'd be good to know who's still around.
I don't want to think about how many people may have just died. But I guess I'm gonna have to find out eventually. Let's go.
I mostly am just hoping that Trip's alive. Eleanor can suck it for selling us out.
Oh my god. This is a fucking nightmare.
Mommy, it's them.
I'm glad Mariana didn't live to see this. To see what her father's become. To see what I've done. She'd be just like that little boy. Scared that the monsters are coming after her next. She would never trust us again. And I wouldn't blame her.
Kate, come on. We're not monsters.
I don't know who we are anymore. But it's not the people she knew.
We're just people trying to survive. I mean, like Enid said in the show, you know, just survive somehow. JSS.
That hole is there because of me. This is all my fault.
What happened was an accident. A bad one, but still, you didn't do it on purpose.
But it's still my fault. I can't leave until I make this right. All of this. Let's fix this. As best we can.
I don't think we can fix this.
All right, Kate. Let's make things right.
I don't know if it's actually possible, but I feel a lot better knowing you're there too.
I'm just really hoping that Tripp is still alive. There's Eleanor.
You've got a lot of nerve showing up here after the bullshit you pulled. You're unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
You saw what happened, Eleanor. I tried to negotiate. I wasn't the one who started shooting. But still, why? Why did you tell Joan what we were doing?
I was triaging a bad situation. Their doctor is dead. And before you guys fucked it up, their walls worked. It's not only about me. I can actually save lives here. Not just stitch them up and hope for the best. These people will die without me, Javi.
I know she, well, fucked us over. But she's trying to help them. She's trying to make something right. That's worth forgiving, right? She's trying. That counts.
She's doing a good thing now. But she's got a long way to go before I forgive her.
You're one to talk.
We should try to help. Not everyone here is guilty.
Did you see a little girl out there? She was right behind me.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any little girls.
First Rufus. Oh, my baby girl.
She knew Rufus.
He was her husband. Until you shot him in the back.
Oh,
She's
shut
one of my
up.
people, Eleanor. What's going on with her?
She'll be all right. She's not bitten or anything. She lost her daughter out there.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Poor woman.
Give her some privacy. It's the least we can do.
I want to help you.
Okay. Well,
What the?
We're all fucking dead because of you!
Hey, easy.
You blew a hole in our wall! Got my little girl killed! Richmond was fine until your stupid
Easy,
ass
Fern.
showed up. We're dead fucking meat, David. Might as well take out this asshole while I can.
Fern.
Shut up!
I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm so sorry about your daughter.
You can apologize to her face in just a second.
Stand down. That's an order.
Kate, no.
Fern, this is all because of me. I caused the explosion. I killed your daughter. Please, forgive me. It's my fault. Please.
Please, forgive both of us.
No! Holy shit!
Oh my god!
My God! Dad!
Oh shit,
welcome,
David.
That dead guy!
David, what are you doing?
This isn't right!
David! Oh my god!
This is unacceptable.
Did you really need to break her arm? That wasn't necessary.
Okay. Don't thank me.
No!
David!
Gabe! I'm sorry. That was an accident.
You were going to kill her!
She was going for her gun.
Look at her!
Gabe,
She can't even stand up! What the hell is wrong with you?
It was over the line, Gabe. You're right.
With
Gabe.
all of those dialogue options, I wasn't sure who I
I'm
was
sorry.
talking about.
I didn't mean to do that to you. You know that. Why the hell are you all looking at me that way?
They're scared, David.
Of what? I'm protecting them.
Why are you pointing a gun at us?
So I'm all alone.
'cause you're scary.
You people are on your own.
You broke her arm without needing to. Like, you already had her disarmed, and he went the extra mile to just snap her arm.
I've seen that look in his eyes before. You should go after him.
Like, I don't want David to die, but he's being real dangerous right now. Yeah, I know. It's like everybody in this season is Lily from season 1.
That's a long way down. You'll fall fast, but you'll fall all the same.
Come over here.
He's gonna push me off.
Are you afraid of me too? I know the rest of them are. Right?
Even if they are, I'm not. I've dealt with scarier than you, brother.
There's no if, Javi. They are. My wife, Javi. My son. They look at me differently.
Maybe you're seeing them differently.
I want to show you something. Stand with me.
He wouldn't kill his own brother.
Why the hell are you smiling?
See that sewer line over there? Perfect placement for a trench. That hill about 100 paces west of it. Sniper's wildest dream come true. I'm a soldier, Javi. I see this landscape like a painter sees a blank canvas. Like how you used to see a baseball diamond. I'm a soldier. This makes sense to me. I was made for this. I thrive in this.
Baseball was a lifetime ago. I miss it so fucking much.
When I wasn't deployed, I'd miss being out in the field. Now that's all I am. Every day. A soldier isn't a husband. Or a father. A soldier is a soldier. Nothing else. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Call yourself whatever you want. I still see you as my brother.
That is kind of you to say, Javi. I wish I had your heart sometimes. I want to change, Javi. I always have.
Really? All you ever tried to do was get me to change.
Only because I couldn't bring myself to do it first. It's the one war I could never win. And I'm wondering why. Is it because I don't know how? Or because it's impossible to change who you really are?
There's a way. There always is. No matter how lost you are. You just have to keep looking until you find it.
Looks pretty messy.
For now.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
Just gotta live long enough to find out.
Just like with anything else.
I wish we saw more of this side of David.
You did. Thanks for that.
So now, will you step back?
Sure.
I found them! They're up here! Be careful, Javi. I ran into...
Oh god.
He was still outside when we checked on the entrances.
The muertos were everywhere. We got him inside just in time. So we let him in. There were so many muertos out there.
Thank God you're okay, man. I was worried. Trip. About earlier.
Yeah, about that. I ain't gonna punch you in the teeth. Though, I got every right.
Really? Figured you'd put up a little bit of a fight.
Oh, I'd love nothing more, but... I just... can't shake this slippery feeling I got. Like I'm standing in shoes that don't quite fit. You picked me to die, and someone else did instead. Ain't sitting right. Not one bit.
I knew she wouldn't shoot you. I knew she was gonna shoot Ava instead.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, partner. I keep putting myself in your position. About Conrad, about all of this. Asking myself over and over again whether I'd do the same. I'd love to tell you I wouldn't. I really would. But I can't. If someone threatened my family, I'd shoot him in a heartbeat. Hell, I'd shoot him twice to make sure the lesson stuck. It's a complicated world. But at least there's people to share it with.
Tripp seems like the only one.
How about it? I'm in if you are.
Tripp is the only one who seems to understand.
You bet. Bygones.
Try
and he's
not
honestly
to piss me off again, please.
He's one of my, I would say, more in like my top
so
3 of the new characters we
pouring
meet.
in.
That's my favorite.
It's even worse than you think. The streets are overrun. Nowhere to go except inside the buildings, and those smelly fuckers are beating down every door. We're sitting goddamn ducks here. Everyone in town is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck have we done?
So what do we do? I don't want to die up here.
None of us do, Gabe.
We watch out for ourselves. We're top priority.
Absolutely.
The best way to protect ourselves is to protect this place.
Potentially, but with the streets compromised, we're gonna need some sort of reinforced mobility to get around. That armored truck you guys stole, there's more vehicles like that in the same place. That's over by the motor pool at the water tower. We could use the highway overpass to get to the water tower.
Come on. Let's jump.
Yeah, sure, that's the best plan.
Come on. It's an easy jump.
Could you imagine one of them missed the jump and just plummeted? I'm glad Tripp was able to
Keep your eyes
understand
open.
where
Stay
our
aware of
shoes,
your surroundings. All of
you know?
you. Let's move out.
Like,
When we found Kate earlier, she hugged you. Why do you think she hugged you? Why was that? Just wondering.
she likes me more.
You really want to know? Then ask her.
She won't even make eye contact with me.
I feel like now's not the right time to talk about this with David. Rest in peace, Ben. You know?
We need
I
to
miss
be
Ben.
careful up here, or else the exact same thing will happen to us. Stay sharp and do not fire your guns.
I think it could have
be
been a really
fine.
cool thing.
That guy was all alone. We're not.
I think a really cool thing that they missed out on is having the possibility of Ben staying alive and him being the one to have to grow into the role of raising Clementine.
Everyone hold back.
Because they'd have to
Let
grow
Javier
up
and I
together.
clear out these walkers.
That could have been such a cool thing for season 2 to see.
Good to go. Let's move.
And unfortunately, you know, Ben dies. And I know a lot of
Okay,
people don't like Ben, but I love Ben. I thought he was a cool, good character.
When I was
He-
little, Dad used to ask me what I wanted to be.
Was a
when I
good person who did shitty things.
and I pointed him. He always liked that. I thought he was such a great guy. It would always make him smile. Every time.
If he asked you again right now, would you say the same?
He hasn't asked me yet.
Okay, good job, Kate. Is Kate white or Hispanic like us? It doesn't matter. I was just curious.
He told me that all the time. Don't be a man who relies on other people to solve your problems. Because then you're not a man at all. I used to think he was right. Not anymore, though, Javi. I can only hope I grow up to be like you.
Hell yeah.
So, here's hoping.
I hate to admit it, but the guy may have had a point. I screwed up pretty badly, buddy.
So what? You bounced back. Dad was wrong. You took such good care of me. Now we need to take care of Dad. He's the one that needs our help.
What if he just like ran up, slapped Clementine's ass, and it's like that meme? What do you do if this guy slaps your girl's ass?
You're gonna have to go around the side.
I'm making myself crack up.
Well, no time to waste. Come on.
You know, I didn't think there was much that could scare me anymore. And yet, here we are. Just goes to show you.
Oh my god.
Life is full of surprises.
Fear is the coffee of emotions. It wakes you up, keeps you sharp. Can be a friend if you let it.
It is.
Take my hand, man!
Thanks, Trip. That was...
Shit my nuts!
No!
Ah, fuck you, fuckstick!
Oh, thank God.
Son of a goddamn! This ain't nothing. Once we're back on the ground, that's when this shit's really gonna get scary. Got a bad feeling.
Can we please get off this ledge?
Good lord. It's nasty down there. Can't even describe it.
You just saved my life. I mean, thanks, Trip. I'm glad you have my back.
Lucky catch. That's all.
And Trip's got such a steezy haircut.
We have to get across.
I agree with Gabe. Like, we should be taking care of David more.
I know Gabe doesn't see it, but David really is trying to look out for him. He's not doing the best job, but no one gives you a rule book to raise a kid.
And they sure as shit don't.
There's just one thing I don't get, though. Did David really think he was helping AJ by letting him go? Why did he stop guarding him?
He was afraid. Holding a baby in his arms probably scared him 10 times more than any muerto.
I don't understand. After you put in all that work, so much of your heart...
AJ was a brat. He lived with me after we kicked you out, Clem. I'd already raised 2 kids. Thought it'd be a piece of cake. Not with that tyrant.
Is that why you gave him away?
We had a bad winter. Destroyed every crop we had. I couldn't leave Richmond. And AJ couldn't stay in Richmond. I gave AJ to Lingard and told him to do whatever he had to save his life. I miss that brat. Never asked Lingard about it again. Though I've wanted to. Often.
Well, sounds like it was your only option. You did the right thing.
I hope so. I think about it. Every day. It wasn't easy, Clem. Remember, as far as I knew, I'd already lost 2 children. Wasn't any easier with number 3.
It's never easy.
I'm gonna keep you alive. Keep all of us alive. And hope that that's enough. Enough for atonement.
He was a brat, huh? A goofy little brat. You were trying to take care of him. sometimes that's not so easy. Reminds me of someone who did the same thing for me.
Lee!
You did the right thing.
Now, I wouldn't compare David to Lee, by any means. Lee was like the ultimate protagonist, you know? Like, I don't know what it is about Lee. But he just has like this factor to him that was very like...
Holy shit.
You just know
Chopped right
that...
in half.
Like, he's the guy you want by your side.
Well, there's the water tower. Not too far away.
David has Kenny's anger, but like 10 times worse. Because Kenny, at least most of the time, at least if he talked to Clem, he calmed down. And he was kind of like, well, okay. Maybe not all the way, but enough. But I also wanted to bring up, you put the quote in the chat. That's a Kenny quote, right? When he's yelling at Ben? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
The hell happened here?
But I remember Kenny yelling that at Ben, I think.
There's the other half. No way we're jumping across that.
Trip. That also sounds... That sounds more similar to what Kenny said. Because I know Trip called us like a fucking, double-crossing, backstabbing piece of shit or something crazy.
It's that or go back.
We should go lightest to heaviest. That way it won't break on the first swing.
I'll go first, Clem.
I think Clementine's the lightest, Gabe. We followed the plan. No, I'm just playing.
Get a long run up, but not too long. If you take too many quick steps, you'll propel yourself upward instead of out. Same with your jump. Just run off the end, don't leave.
David.
Try not to...
He's got this.
She's right. I do.
I don't blame him for trying to coach him through this one. This isn't a situation I don't think any normal person's been on. Who's really, like, messing around with... jumping around with helicopter blades in their hand.
Come on, Clem. Your turn.
The heaviest person is Trip, and this is my concern right now. Is Trip gonna be okay?
For the record, I do not trust this thing. Not at all. It's one thing for the kids to swing across, but us?
You've got this. I've seen you do things that are way scarier.
Okay. I can do it.
I'll bore at this for you. You can do it. That must kill her like abdomen. She got shot.
You should go first. Oh, you're definitely lighter.
Aw, come on. You know the drill. Age before beauty.
You fucker.
Oh, we gotta go.
I'm going last, brother.
Trip, you don't have to.
Just go before I throw you across.
Hang on!
If Trip dies, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Trip!
It's all right, y'all. Shit.
We should go back for him.
How? Don't be fucking thick. I can handle this. Oh, shit.
Trip!
Don't give up!
Oh my god.
We gotta try. We can't just leave him.
Y'all head out now. I don't want you seeing this.
Come on!
He's gonna fall, isn't he?
Motherfucker!
Trip! No!
Ah!
He went out fighting. I hope I do too.
I'm sorry about your friend, Javi.
That
He
sucks.
seemed like a good guy.
The most balls.
Kind of guy you want on your side in a fight. It's priceless.
Come on. We're almost there.
I hate everything that just happened. I was gonna say, did we get any confirmation that he's dead? But he's dead.
From a safe distance.
I just realized he fell straight to the on
We
the
need to get
floor.
down there.
Or on the road.
We're not getting anywhere without one of those vehicles.
It's not like we can just ask all those walkers to move out of the way.
How about we make some noise and distract them? We could use that generator.
That's a great idea, Gabe.
When'd you get so smart, Gabe? You really aren't the same
That's
kid
right.
I remember. I'm impressed, really.
It's pretty obvious. Should have tried noticing.
I'm definitely paying attention from now on. Proud of you, Gabe.
Thanks.
We're
You're
still
welcome.
gotta get to the generator somehow.
Cut a walker open and cover yourself with its guts. Then you can slip right through them. What?
Ugh. Please tell me you're kidding. I said please.
So, who's gonna do it? Javi, you've been willing to do some crazy stuff for me before. I know shooting Conrad wasn't easy, but it showed me I can always depend on you.
Of course, Clem.
Look, it smells really bad, like way worse than you think.
Thanks for the pep talk, Lem.
You'll do.
Damn. Or I think it also could have been pretty cool if only Clementine and Duck survived the first season.
You could do this.
And you see Clementine and Duck growing up together trying to figure out how to live.
Holy fucking... Oh, God. Oh, I think... I'm gonna be sick. Oh, this sucks.
Looks like dog crap.
This sucks. Do you just literally eat shit all day long? Is that why you smell so bad? Okay. That better be enough.
You don't even have a job, buddy. The hell you think you're gonna do? Would Michonne get to you? Well, I don't think he had time to cherry pick what walker he wanted. It just seemed like he picked whatever one was closest. Oh, you're an ugly looking motherfucker.
You did it, Javi.
Barely.
Now that we're here, let's find something reinforced like you said, David. Something to help us move around. Safely.
We're saving the city before we do anything else. We gotta find something to seal the breach with. All we need is the right vehicle.
Oh, that's not gonna do the job, man.
Yes, it is.
What are you doing?
The right thing. I'm leaving. We're all leaving.
What? And going where? You saw it yourself. We're surrounded by the herd.
I'm taking my family out of here. You helped keep them safe, Clem. You're coming too. Let's go. Everyone. We can't wait around.
This is bullshit, David.
Absolutely not. Everyone in Richmond will die without us.
They don't matter, Javi. Don't you get that?
This all started the day we knocked on Richmond's door. We brought this on these people, all of us. We can't abandon them. Not after what we've done.
We're going home, Kate. Back to the last place we were a family. We're starting over. We're all together again. Finally. It's time. All of us. A new day, a new life.
But what about here, man? Make Richmond our new home.
Richmond is gone, Javi. I'm not gonna let the people I love die trying to save a dead dream.
I'll go with you, Dad.
Gabe!
He's my father, Clem. I'm sorry, but you really wouldn't understand.
Think this over, buddy.
Gabe, is this what you really want?
I know it's scary out there, but I have to.
You don't have to be afraid, Gabe. I won't let what happened to Mariana happen to you. You have my word. I will protect you the right way.
Don't you dare say her name. Your men killed her, which means you killed her.
Javi, just stop. This is what I want.
I understand, Gabe.
He was running his mouth right there.
I'm still going back. I won't be able to live with myself if I don't try to help the people in Richmond.
You won't be able to live at all if you do that. Richmond is compromised. It doesn't matter if there were 5 of us trying to save it or 500. We'd all die. I know a losing battle when I see one. We're moving out. Everybody get in. That's an order.
How fucking dare you? What will it take, David? What will it take to show you that you do not get to do that? We are not your soldiers. Run away home. Be a deserter. I am done with you.
Oh, shit.
Let's go, Javi.
Why the fuck do you think he would go with you?
Holy shit.
Tell him.
What the fuck is this? Javi!
You weren't a good husband to her, David. She deserves better. That's me.
I should have known. I should have known the night Pa died. The night you weren't there. Blood is worthless to you, just like he was to you, just like I am to you. Well, it's time for you to finally learn what blood really means.
David!
Dad! What do you have to say for yourself, brother?
David! Stop it!
I love you.
No. No, you don't get to say that!
Jesus Christ, stop!
How fucking dare you!
That's enough! Stop it! David, stop!
Oh my god!
I love you!
No! Stop saying that!
Dad, no!
not taking my family from me.
David, no!
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Fucking stop! Stop!
I love you, brother. No!
Holy shit!
Do you see that walker in the ground? What the hell was that?
Javi!
That was like a Rick and Shane season 2 moment.
David! What the hell is he doing?
David took him.
That
can't
walker's
wait any longer.
whole
We
body
have
was
to go help
underneath
Richmond.
the floor, and his only the like upper half of
I'm
his
getting on
head
that
was.
bulldozer.
But Gabe!
Gabe wanted to go. He did. We all heard it.
You're right.
I'm going to save Richmond. Someone has to.
I'm with you, Javi. We can go after Gabe on that motorcycle or go help Kate on the bulldozer. Wherever you go, I go.
I trust.
We're out of time.
Javi, I'm sorry. I've been here before, more than once. It's not gonna end well for everyone. You have to decide.
David can help.
It's hard to be caught
Gabe.
in the middle. I know that.
I can't let Kate go by herself. It's too dangerous. I'm going with Kate to save the city. What about you, Clem?
Like I said, I'm with you, Javi. Let's go save Richmond. Then we go after Gabe.
Then we go after Gabe. If we don't die first.
Did I get the ultimate ending? All my protagonists love each other?
If we're gonna drive into the herd, we're gonna need these.
It said stop. Why would you drive over it? Oh no. We're gonna get a ticket. That's Hilltop.
There's a happy sight. Can you help us get the gate open?
Almost didn't recognize you, Jesus.
Once I got in contact with my people, I headed right back. Had to make sure you folks were safe.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
We'll keep the muertos away. Just get me to the gate so I can open it up.
Those are Hilltop
back,
forces
Javi.
with Kingdom's gear.
We're almost there. Javi, get in the busket and I'll lift you to the top of the gate.
Musket?
The thing in the front, the scooper thing, whatever, get in it.
I'll keep them off you!
Hey man, I was scared. I thought we were gonna get a ticket. Holy shit.
Yuck.
Javi, the busket.
Right.
Sick one-liner. Oh. Yeah.
I'll have it open in a second. They couldn't just have an open gate button.
I'm gonna assume it's this one.
Nope.
This one?
Okay, never pull that lever again, Javier.
This one.
You did it, Javi.
Bingo.
Let's get inside and
Bingo,
wrangle
bongo,
the walkers
bambo.
together. If we get them in one group, we can lead them right out.
There are a lot more references to the comics than I caught on to. So this puts a smile on my face. we will be having our normal end of the season talk at the end of this episode. Holy crap, that's a lot.
Full steam ahead.
Okay, Clem.
Javi, hang on! No, Javi!
What?
No!
What is happening?
Javi!
What the heck? What is happening? What the hell? There was no more buttons, right? You didn't see any more pop up? I didn't see another square. 3, 4. Okay, there was another one. I just didn't see it. That's on me, I guess. I swear to God there wasn't another square.
Try the other setting.
They're piling up on the thing. The basket.
That was the longest death scene I've ever seen in this game.
Shit, I'm empty.
Here, take over. Let's flood the breach with the damn truck.
Here we go.
Yeah, me too. I was like, that took so long for it to say you are dead that I was like, okay, this is just how it's supposed to be.
It's crossed.
Like, this is the one season where they chose the ultimate ending. Like, doesn't matter what else you do.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Jesus! Over here! We need to round up these walkers! Head them towards the gate!
Welcome back.
I thought we were coming back to, well, not to this. It's just a little surprising, that's all.
I'm just glad you didn't give up on us. Real glad.
I gave you my word.
Javi, we have to go after Gabe. These guys can take care of the rest of the walkers.
Go, Javi. I'll help out here.
Okay. Let's go, Clem.
Are we ever gonna find out what happened to David and Gabe? Or is that what we're doing? I think that's what we're doing. Okay.
Dude, no.
Where's Gabe?
Gabriel! Oh, please, no. No.
I tried to stop him, Javi. That's when we crashed.
God damn. David!
He fought for me, Javi. Until they... But I couldn't. There were so many. I fucked up. After everything you taught me. Oh, it really hurts. Really bad.
Easy, buddy. Don't worry about any of that now. I'm here for you.
You always have been.
No, Gabe! No!
Do me a favor, Clem.
Gabe, no!
Take my cards.
What?
My playing cards. Grab them. Teach AJ euchre. Okay?
Okay. Bye, Gabe.
Bye, Clem. Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Can I have one more hug?
I thought he was gonna say, can I have one more? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a sweet kiss?
Of course, you dork.
Give me your gun, Javi. I don't want to turn into a muerto.
Gabe, I don't know if I can let you do that to yourself.
And I can't make you guys do it for me. Just give me the gun. Hurry. Javi, you have to hurry.
Okay, Gabe. Here you go.
You may not be my father, Javi, but you are a great dad. Please, walk away. I don't want you to see this.
Okay.
Bye, Javi.
Bye, buddy. I love you.
I love you, too. I'll say hi to Mariana for you.
Not what I expected. I thought that Gabe was gonna have like a Carl character arc where, you know, he killed one of his parents and now he's just like this badass. Well, I guess he still did have a Carl character arc. Rest in peace, Trip! There's a picture of Trip. And Conrad. Who else we got up here? Okay, I don't see anyone else. Let's just put it up here. That we know. Oh, I lied. There is more people we know. Lingard, David, Mari. I don't know who the guy on the bike is. How did we get all these pictures of these people?
I'm glad you helped me, Javi. But I can't stop wondering how things might be different if you hadn't. Maybe Gabe wouldn't be with Mariana right now. They deserved better, Javi. Better than us. Gabe, Mariana.
We need to move on. Gabe would have wanted us to.
We have no idea what you would have wanted. Not anymore.
Usually the quiet scares me.
What about now?
There's a lot of work to be done. The herd could come back. Still, though, I feel more calm here than I ever did in an old van on streets with no streetlights. We earned this, Javi. We earned feeling calm in the quiet. Let's start a family. You and me. A fresh start. What do you say? I think it'd be good for us.
You're on. Let's start a family.
You don't think it's selfish? It's not the safest world outside of Richmond. Or inside it, truth be told.
So long as I got you, I'm not too worried about it.
Hell yeah.
We'll be up there before we know it.
Better do something worthwhile in the meantime.
Could you imagine the last scene of this season? After all the heartbreak that Javi just endured, it just ends in a full-on sex scene? I would just be like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. This is like some Far Cry level of game. Jesus, my friend.
Yes, indeed. We came here to put an end to the raiding. Looks like that's been done. Glad we got it settled. Gotta move on.
We could use you around here. Please stay.
We got other people depending on us, Javi. Just the way it is. I was worried about you, Javi. About who you are inside. You helped save these people, though. That goes a long way for me. Second chances are in short supply these days. That's what this place can be, if you let it. Trust me, though. Life within walls is a hell of a lot different than life on the road. Don't take shortcuts like Joan. You gotta do the right thing. Always. Good days, and especially bad.
Absolutely. The right thing. No matter what.
Good to hear. I read people pretty well. Little gift of mine. You're a capable guy, Javi. Change is in the air here. You can lead that change, and I think you should. For the better. God knows this town could use it.
You know what? I'm gonna step up. Lead this place in the right direction.
Then as far as I'm concerned, Richmond's in much better hands than it was. Be vigilant. Trouble never stays too far away.
So you're out of here too, huh?
Yeah. It's time. I have to find AJ, Javi. I've waited so long. But could you do me one last favor before I leave?
They brought in that classic Walking Dead music. That season 1 when you first meet Lee. You first meet Clementine. Keep the hair short.
I used to do this for my niece.
That's nice of you.
Her hair
She
looks
thought I was
nice.
terrible at it.
Were you?
None of your business.
I have to see AJ, Javi. I have to see that he's okay. Do you think he remembers me? At least a little? Maybe?
Who could forget you, Clem? No one who knew you, I guarantee it.
Yeah, maybe. Everyone
This
told
scene
us he
right
was
here makes
better
me
off.
miss Lee.
After everything that's happened, I'm starting to think they're right. I don't know if I was a good mom or not. I can't stop thinking about it. I really wish I could.
Did you love him?
With all of my heart.
And of course you were.
Gabe told me you used to play baseball.
I did. I loved it.
He told me you fucked it all up, too.
Yep. Sure did.
Well, you survived.
I had to.
But you loved it. How do you survive that? How? If you really loved it, how?
You get back out there and find something better.
There may not be something better out there.
You won't know until you step outside. All done.
Well, how's it look?
You know what? I'll grab your hat. I remember this team. Your dad ever teach you about baseball?
No, not really.
Well, you come back, and I'll tell you all about it.
It's a deal. If I bring AJ back with me, will you teach him too?
You bet. He belongs with you, Clementine. Bring him back.
Is that it? Is that our fade to black? It's weird seeing her like this. Hopefully she's able to get AJ back, you know, he's safe. That's our fade to black. You and 92% of players stepped up to help David. You and 53.6% of players confessed your love for Kate. You and 63.5% of players showed your love for David even as he took his anger out on you. You and 64.1% of players went with Kate and sealed the Richmond breach. After the fight with David, Clementine teamed up with you and 46% of players. So we're gonna continue. Is Eleanor still alive? We didn't see her in the end.
I'm gonna find you, AJ.
I think that's it. I think we've been our final black screen before the final season begins tomorrow. What do you guys think? I know some people in here have not seen A New Frontier. I hope it lived up to what you thought it might. So, we are going to talk about all of this. Kind of a bit of recap. I want to address a couple things too. So I want to talk about the Gabe thing. I feel a little bad that it happened. Don't get me wrong. Well, actually, I feel more than a little bad. I've never seen that before. I didn't even know Gabe could die. Because when I played this game, I remember going with Kate. The first time I played this game, I remember going with Kate. But I remember Gabe going with David, but I don't remember Gabe dying. Or maybe Gabe didn't go with David. I can't remember. I know. So this is all new for me, but I remember Gabe being alive at the end of my original playthrough of this game when it first came out. So there is a way to save Gabe, for anyone wondering. I think that is the better ending. However, David does die any way you put it. I do know that. That's like a fact. David is always going to die. So yeah. And I also wanted to talk about the amount of comic book connections that A New Frontier has brought. Now, if you watched me play The Walking Dead Michonne, or probably, I probably mentioned it in Season 1 and Season 2 of The Walking Dead, I constantly said, considering that this is set in the comic book universe, it would be so cool for them to mention, or for us to see, comic book elements besides characters. And we saw Jesus, Glenn, and Herschel. Those are the 3 comic book characters that we encounter. Because obviously Michonne isn't part of... Well, it actually is part of the universe, but it's not part of the story of Seasons 1, 2, and 3. It's a completely separate thing. But even in that, they don't mention much. Like, you might get like a little mention, but this one, we had a lot of physical world building showing us that the kingdom exists. Even though we should have already known that. But it's cool for it to be established, because if you're not a Walking Dead fan and you just purely like the Telltale games, you don't know about the kingdom. You don't know about Alexandria, probably. You most likely don't know about any of that stuff, unless you're one of those people who just like always reads the headlines or read an article one time or watches someone talk about it. So for them to actually do that for those people, I think is great, and it also gives a little fan service to people like me who are just in love with the Walking Dead franchise as a whole. Now, before we played this, I was kind of shit-talking it a little bit. And by not anything terrible. I just kind of was on the lines of, like, I don't think it's as good as Season 1 and 2. I still don't think it's... I don't think it's better than Season 1 or 2. I think Season 1 is the best that this game series is ever going to get. If they even release more. Because I just found out that they don't have the IP anymore from Skybound yesterday. I found that out yesterday, so... I'm sure if Telltale can prove themselves as a company again, which I think they're going to nail it. I think they're going to hit a home run with The Wolf Among Us Season 2. Like I said, every episode, the day that episode comes out, is getting streamed on my channel that night. The same night that the episode comes out. So don't even, worry. It's going to be covered. I promise. Which does mean that once we get a release date announcement, I'm gonna set it up so maybe that same week or the week before, we'll play through Season 1 to give everyone a refresher, and then we'll be able to see the story continue right away. I think that could be cool to see that play out. I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm excited to kind of play a sequel. I feel like I don't play many sequels anymore, at least in order. And that's why I think playing through this has been so cool. Playing it so close to each other, actually to the point where it's back to back, lets you see the continuity and allows you to see stuff you never noticed before because you pick up on the continuity, which I think is so amazing that they have done something as little as Clementine still mentioning how Kenny always looked over Katja and Duck all the way back from Season 1. I think that's amazing that she brought that up. And one of the final... Well, yeah, there's two last things I'm going to mention, and then we'll wrap this up, guys. The first thing I want to bring up is Javier. His character is interesting. And as I've told a lot of people, you can tell that they wrote A New Frontier just for just for Javier. Like if you took Javier out of the main character situation, it wouldn't work, right? You know, like if Javier was a side character and you were playing as Clementine and dealing with the whole Garcia like family, it wouldn't work at all. And it's not even just because Clementine can't handle that, because we've seen that she can handle groups in season 2 as being the protagonist. But there's just something about Javier's character in this season that restores part of what season 2 is missing. Because season 2 is missing that redemption arc. You know, there isn't that redemption arc that makes everybody like excited or sentimental towards a character. And I do have to say, on the second playthrough, I like Javier even more than I did after the first playthrough, because I see a little bit of Lee in Javier. You have that redemption arc of I was a shitty person before, and now this is my chance to start new and do something with my life, to be good to everybody who cared for me when I was a piece of garbage. I think that's such an appealing story arc in anything. And the thing I most like about this too with Javier's character is this season has probably been filled with the hardest choices they've ever given you. Because like the season 1 choices, there was very obvious choices that were like, okay, clearly I'm doing this or clearly I'm doing that. In this season, I feel like it's a lot of I have to think about how this affects everyone, which you haven't really felt in previous seasons. Like in season 2, it's a little bit there once you start looking after AJ, once Rebecca passes away. But in this season, it's so evident that everybody's counting on you. And that's why, as someone mentioned, you know, that blame gets thrown around. Everybody's pointing the finger at the next person. And that's because, legitimately, they built this season so everybody relies on you. And I think that's such a cool thing. I think that's such a good story arc. I wish, however, that was implemented more back in season 1 when we had Lee, because it would have been so interesting to see how Lee handled it. Him and Javier both are coming from infamy before to try to redeem themselves afterwards by taking on something. And this, which the final season gets right and A New Frontier gets right, they brought back that fatherly or parental bond, you know? You have that connection with Mariana and Gabe of that parental bond that is just... You can't beat a parental bond. You can't beat taking care of someone. In season 1, every choice I made because I thought it was the right choice for Clementine. I put Lee. I fought Lee second, Clementine first. And this season, because so many people count on you, you have to... You either put your kids first, because that's essentially what Gabe is. Gabe and Mariana are straight up... They're David's biological kids, but they're Javier's kids, man. Like, those are like... He raised them throughout all of this. And sometimes you have to put Javier first, because more than just them rely on him, but at the end of the day, I kind of felt the same way. Like, every choice I made, I put them first. Whether I liked the attitude I got from Gabe or not, like, I just could tell that, like, that instinct kicks in where, like, I know Javier is like a father to these guys, and I just want to take care of them. So that's my thoughts on Javier. I think he's a great character. I really do. I think it's just weird to switch the protagonist in season 3 of an already developing story, you know? It'd be like if the show just was like... If the show was after season 2 just like, bye Rick, Daryl's the main character now, you know? I don't think that would work. Or bye Rick, Glenn's the main character now. It's like... Okay. But they pulled it off well enough to the point where it's not... You don't feel it, and I think that's because they bring Clementine into the story in such a big way. So, my final thing I would like to discuss, speaking of Clementine, is of course Clementine herself. I love the way Clementine is portrayed, and that's exactly what I want to talk about, because you get to see your hard work as Lee, you know, pay off. You get, like, it's cool to not be Clementine in this game, because you get to see how she would just act based on the personality you built for her. That's your own personal Clementine. Not everyone's Clementine is going to be the same. She might not see Kenny so fondly as ours does. She might not think about all that stuff in the past because you know, and a lot of the times in season 2, you can shut that down yourself and be like, I don't want to bring up Lee. I don't want to bring up any of those people. And I think that is the coolest thing, is if you really want to, if you play through all of these games and you just want to see how far Clem has come from season 1 to now, that's the way to do it. And see how your choices have directly affected Clem too. Because for once, you're not controlling her, so you get to see how your choices are going to pay off for her. So I thought that was like this amazing revelation I had like midway through this episode, and I was like, that kind of redeems this season for me. Because I consider, the year this came out, I do consider this when the quality of Walking Dead games, or not even just the Walking Dead games, Telltale games in general, kind of started going downhill. I'm sure you can build a scumbag version of Clementine. There's a lot of shitty choices you can make in season 2 and season 1 as Lee that will probably shape her in a very negative way, which is I think it's kind of like a very cool thing that they implement. And that's not something I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about either. A lot of people do shit on A New Frontier. Like when it came out, I remember reviews were pretty overall good for the game, like from critics, but YouTubers who were known for playing this game, or just YouTubers who played it because they're a huge fan of the show, or they just like these kind of games, I do remember that a couple of them were very like, this isn't why I liked The Walking Dead. And I don't think that any one of them factored in that we get to see Clementine just act like herself. Like, we truly get to see what Clementine would be like if she wasn't the protagonist. Like, if we weren't controlling her, what would Clementine be? Which is something you don't get to see in a lot of games. I want to say that right now. You do not get to see that in a lot of games. I also, there is one thing I forgot, and it just popped up in my head that I mentioned briefly during the stream. So, Kenny. I have, with the aesthetic of Kenny, I have an issue. The character model design, I don't know what it is. I feel like his face is a little, like, weird looking. Like maybe they didn't... It just doesn't look like Kenny. It's the voice of Kenny, dressed like Kenny, but not Kenny, you know? It's like someone stole Kenny's identity. Everything but his look. I am, however, I'm pretty happy with Kenny's ending. I'd rather he didn't die, because that's my favorite character. Like, I've been outspoken about that since we started playing through these games. Kenny's my favorite character out of all of them. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a huge distance between him and Lee, but there's something about Kenny I kind of like connect with, and that's the family aspect. I'm a very much family man, or I care about my friends a lot. So that's like, I get that. Like, he cared about Lee more than anybody. You know, like I'm probably not more than Clementine, but you guys get my point. He would do anything for Lee. Literally anything. Like, he was even willing to, you know, go to this place with someone he absolutely despised. He absolutely hates Ben. And he was willing to go. And I think his end was fitting, that he gave himself to save Clementine. And essentially, if you weren't here, I'll cover his death real quick. You guys are... Kenny's teaching Clementine how to drive. You get on an icy road. You swerve off the road. You crash into something. Kenny gets ejected. Turns out he can't move his feet. He lost the ability to walk and move his legs. He became paralyzed from the waist down. And then we're getting surrounded by these walkers. And he tells Clementine, you gotta get Alvin Jr. and leave. And he says, I'll distract them while you go, and all you hear is Kenny screaming to get the walkers to come to him, and then over Clementine's shoulder you see Kenny getting eaten alive. And I thought that's a very Kenny way to go out. So I'm appreciative that although I didn't want him to die, they killed him off in a way that made sense for the character. Because I think the worst thing you can do, no matter how mediocre a character is ruin their ending. So we'll be getting into the final season tomorrow. That means we have 2 more Walking Dead streams, because we will be playing 2 episodes a stream. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I have not touched the final season since it has come out. I mean, I played it, clearly, because, like, I'm just a huge fan. I'm sure anyone who hears me can tell that I just love The Walking Dead. So, that's the stream, guys. I hope you've enjoyed The Walking Dead to this extent so far. And I also hope that I'm being insightful on the series in a way that hasn't been said yet, considering how old the game is. There's not a lot new that can be said, you know? So, that being said, if you guys are new here and enjoyed the stream, don't forget to follow. And if you're not new here, you're just watching, thanks for watching. Or, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video. If you guys want to know when I'm going live, or when I'm uploading a new YouTube video, or if you just want to check up on me and see how I'm doing, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MSF2_O. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.